Hi everybody, I'm Kevin Harnett, and this time on Secrets of Louisville Chefs, it's French cooking done River City style.
We had quite a bit of brandy.
I like the way you pour.
The chef from La Chasse in the Highlands is joining us in Kitchen Studio, putting a French twist on a Polynesian favorite. Get the secrets to making rumaki yourself. And if you're a fan of scallops, wait until you see how Chef Alexander Dulaney is serving those.
So here's the French connection.
Plus, Tim Laird is back with a brand new cocktail called the French Vanilla. It sounds great. We'll see how it tastes and how it's made. Could speak French, I would say something to you. Food and drink and a live studio audience. It's Secrets of Louisville Chefs, and it's coming up now. Hi everybody, and welcome to Secrets of Louisville Chefs. I'm Kevin Harnett, and we're at our home base right here at Bourbon Barrel Foods in Butchertown. We've got a great show planned for you today. We have Alexander Dulaney from La Chasse in the Highlands. It's a restaurant that's quickly become a favorite of local foodies for French-inspired food, with a little taste of Spain, too. And when you add a little Kentucky accent, you've got a great thing on your plate. Today, we'll get a taste of what they're serving, how the concept came to life, and some good secrets that we can use in our own kitchens. But before we begin today, how about we meet my co-host, Tim Laird, America's CEO.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Timmy.
Great audience, aren't they fantastic? Oh my gosh, they're beautiful.
And they're hungry.
They are hungry.
And they're going to have a chance to take a taste of what Chef Alexander Dulaney is going to make coming up at the end of the show.
You bet, absolutely. That's a big part of the show.
You ready to get started?
I'm ready to get started.
I'm
Let's
stepping
go.
out of your way.
All right, everybody. It's a great day to be in Kitchen Studio because I love this guy. What a great chef. Please welcome Chef Dulaney from La Chasse. Hello, Chef. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy.
Oh,
Good to see you.
Cheers.
I'll tell you, Chef, you have such a wonderful place. I'll tell you, it is just a delight to go to, and everything you do are so creative, and you're doing a lot of different things too, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We're doing a lot of classic French, but we're trying to infuse a lot of Spanish, and we're trying to use a lot of local ingredients, a lot of game meats. We're trying to just kind of get the French cottage feel, like an old French inn, you know, and come in and you get to enjoy a nice meal.
What do we start with, Chef? This looks great.
We're going to start with a simple scallop and chorizo salad. We do some fresh herbs and some fried shallots with it, and we make a vinaigrette from the leftover chorizo grease and a little bit of nice red wine vinegar.
All right, Chef, let's get cooking.
What we did here is we sliced some shallots before show, the magic of television, and we let them sit in flour for a little bit. It helps build up the coating, but just lightly seasoned flour with a little bit of Old Bay, garlic, salt, pepper.
Ooh, wonderful.
It's got a little bit of flavor. And then we're also going to cook a little bit of chorizo this morning, too. So,
Not like chorizo. It has a little spice to it, right? A little kick.
Absolutely. Well, this is a Spanish chorizo. Most people are used to the Mexican chorizo, which is really, really awesome. I love it to death. But this is dry aged, usually about 6 months to a year, and it gets a real nice flavor to it, and it's a lot different than what you expect. It doesn't fall apart necessarily. It's more like a salami or a sausage. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting that in the pan, kicking up our heat and getting that fried off. So,
That's just plain. You just sliced it and put it right into the hot pan with oil.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to season up our grease a little bit in there. We got a little bit of olive oil in there. So once it gets nice and crisp, we'll be ready to go. And then we'll save a little bit of this grease and we'll throw our scallops in there and get a nice season and sear on them. And
those don't take long either, do they?
No.
They fry up pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. And they get nice and crispy.
You mentioned U15 on the scallops. Can you explain to people in the audience and at home what to look for when you go?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a sizing chart that they use when they're breaking down scallops. And so you can know how many scallops you get. Generally at the restaurant, we will serve U7s for dinners and stuff, but the U7s are so nice and big and large. The U15s are quick, easy, nice to cook in a pan. You can sear one side, flip it over, sear it, and you're still going to be mid-rare in the center.
And that's a nice size, too, for an appetizer or what have you. This is great.
So we're going to make our vinaigrette where our scallops are searing off real quick here. So I have a little bit of red wine vinegar here. Drop it in. Now the key trick to making a decent vinaigrette, and this is not a real complex one because literally it's just the vinaigrette and the oil. The chorizo's providing all the flavor.
What's that? It looks like a dark oil, or
This is actually the chorizo grease through the magic of television.
Oh, that you, okay.
I brought it ahead of time, so we wouldn't
Welcome to the show.
So that already has a lot of flavor. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
the great thing about it with that vinegar. So.
Yeah, and you want to generally add it in a slow stream to your vinegar and keep whisking while you do it. You can do it in a food processor, but it'll emulsify a lot better. But, you know, we can do things by hand. I always like cooking by hand. I think it adds a little bit more soul to your food. So, and that's
Handcrafted.
Wow,
vinaigrette.
yeah, and just that little bit of chorizo adds that much flavor.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
the wild part.
Oh, yeah. Here comes our shallots.
Check your temperature. Yeah, we're about there.
And what are we looking for that to be?
350. But you can just do it at home, and the best way to check it is you can just take a piece of shallot or a piece of bread and dip it in there and just see if the oil starts to bubble a little bit, and you know you're pretty
right
much on the
there.
right temperature.
And these won't take long either, right?
Oh,
Once they
no,
go in?
no. We're just going to look for them to brown up a little bit. And it's always good to have a handy tool like this, a spider at home if you're doing deep frying, just so you can keep an eye on it and be able to lift it up. So, and usually you can tell when they're done by when the bubbling starts to slow down a little bit. Oh yeah.
Those are starting to
They
look
look
good.
good, yeah. You will get that nice caramelization. And you know your scallops are fresh when you see them because they'll get a great color on them. If they're not fresh scallops, they're not going to get a great color.
By the way, look how beautiful that crust is on those scallops. That is gorgeous.
And having a great pan to do it in always helps.
That's the big secret, is the pan.
All right, we got this wonderful little herb salad here. I love this stuff. Practically live in
And that
it.
combination, that's going to add a lot of different flavors. A
Flavors
little
too.
pepper, a little dill, and
Oh yeah, we picked our fennel fresh, and you just generally want to pick herbs that are soft. You know, you don't want to be picking rosemary because nobody wants to chew on a rosemary stem or a thyme stem. But if you pick off the tender stems off of a, almost there, off the thyme, you can still use it. But I generally just suggest the leafier herbs. Getting close.
getting real close.
Oh yeah, I can smell it now.
I always tell
Looking
this
good.
story about scallops because, to be honest, I never was a scallops fan because I would get them at a restaurant and they would be a little on the chewy side, and then
Really rubbery and
Yeah.
overdone.
exactly.
And, it's just,
And I
yeah.
came over to Tim's one time, and you made scallops, and I thought this is like one of the best things I've ever tasted. It was really good. So when they're done right, they should be very good.
They are great.
So,
yeah,
yeah.
they really are. I mean, but again, that's one of those things people tend to overcook them, and that's when they go bad.
Oh,
In fact,
absolutely.
good scallops you can eat raw. I mean,
Absolutely. We did a scallop tartare the other night for a wine dinner with apples and cucumbers and ginger. Oh, it was absolutely amazing. Then we topped it with a little salmon roe. We've been having a lot of great wine dinners over at La Chasse right now.
that's right. You guys do a lot of fun events, and
Yes.
you know, the wine dinners, different themes. You just keep changing it up, so it's always something new and different.
Every time, you know, we don't want you to come back and have the same meal. We change the menu almost constantly, at least once a month to every 2 weeks. We're changing it up just to kind of keep up with the seasons and get the good flavors going on. And we just don't want you to have the same experience every time. It's boring. We want
That
you
keeps you busy, Chef.
Yeah,
That, you're
absolutely.
constantly recreating.
Absolutely, never slow down. But that's what we all want. You know, we want to be busy. We want to create new food.
Oh, and there's where that vinaigrette's going to go with all that flavor.
Now it all makes sense.
It all
And
comes
I look
together,
at- I
doesn't it,
love
Kevin?
the
Look
end
at
of
that.
this.
Oh. Wow.
And then,
We can't forget those.
oh, absolutely not. This adds a little texture, and everybody loves fried onions. How can you go wrong with fried onions?
Love them. And there it is.
How about that?
Wow.
Doesn't that look good? It looks great. You're diving in? Good?
Oh, wow. I was looking at it. I was just going, I got it. Go ahead.
We know the shallots taste good, but the question is, how did the scallops turn out? And we're going to find that out with a lucky studio audience member when we come back, and Chef Alex Dulaney sharing more secrets. You're watching Secrets of Louisville Chefs. We'll be right back. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Kitchen Studio. We are right here at Bourbon Barrel Foods, where we've been revealing the secrets to La Chasse, and with Alex Dulaney. Ashlyn is here. Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Oftentimes, we bring up a studio audience member to kind of be the taster or the pre-taste before everybody else gets to eat. So I want you to take a taste of the scallops. You see the shallots that have been fried on top. A little bit of everything in that bite. That looks great with the salad. Yeah, really good. The sauce, I'm curious to know with the chorizo that's on top, the shallots, but I'm really curious to know how the sauce was on that.
It adds a good sweetness and it balances out the kind of smokiness of the chorizo. It's really good.
All right. Well, I look forward to tasting it myself. And you all are too, right? All right. Let me bring in Tim Laird. Ashlyn, thank you.
Thank you.
We're glad you're all here today. Tim, I know you have been spending some time, as you always do, mixing up some cocktails. That's a tough job. I mean, somebody's got to do it, right?
We had to go to the libation lab, known as my kitchen, and I always try to come up with a unique signature cocktail to express what the restaurant's all about. And La Chasse is a French and Spanish kind of infusion type restaurant with some local ingredients. So what I came up with is the French vanilla.
The French vanilla.
And I love this cocktail. Basically, it starts out with the French part, or here's the French connection, so to speak, is Chambord black raspberry liqueur. So about a half ounce of that goes into my glass. Now, the Spanish portion is this kind of vanilla liqueur called Liquor 43. So it's kind of a Spanish concoction, very nice. It gives those vanilla tones.
Yeah, can I
hence
smell that?
the French vanilla. So there's the boom, that goes in. And then I'm going to top it with a little bit of Corbel champagne to give it a little sparkle, a little effervescence. And there's my pour. Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, well, till it overflows.
So about 4 ounces of Corbel on top of that. And then the garnish, I take a little orange wheel, give it a good squeeze, get all those zest and oils in there.
People have no idea how that little bit goes such a long way.
It does.
You always say that.
That orange comes right on out. You're going to get the French, kind of the raspberry, the vanilla. Cheers. Let's see how we did, Kevin. Wow.
Oh, that is good.
How good is that?
If I could speak French, I would say something to you. It's good. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Very good, Tim. That is delicious.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, and the great part, and Alex points this out every time we've had him on the show, is eating and going out and enjoying company should be fun.
Right.
And it should be simple but fun, and that's what I love about the restaurant that Alex has. It's just
It is.
It is all about coming and enjoying the experience.
It is, and I can't wait to bring him back. 'cause
Let's
he's
do
got
it.
some
We've
more
got more
treats. All right,
secrets.
hello, Alexander Dulaney.
Rock
The
and roll.
Chasse. Now this is an interesting dish. It's really it sounds like it's kind of Asian, but it's Polynesian, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's rumaki.
Yeah, rumaki. So we're going to start on the sauce first because it's probably what's going to take the longest to cook. So we got a little olive oil hot in the pan. We got some sliced shallots. I just do them in rings. A lot of the cuts around the restaurant we keep very rough. What we're going to do is we're going to try to caramelize the shallots here, bring up a little of the sweetness in there. Once you've started to pull a little bit of color out of them, you can go ahead and add a little bit of brown sugar, and this is going to sweeten them up and kind of give that caramelization effect. You're going to want to stir it a little bit.
And these soften up really nicely. I mean, and then that butter gives it a nice sheen on the top and just gorgeous.
The better quality butter you use, the better it's going to taste. I'm telling you that every time.
Better butter makes it better.
Yes,
Better butter
absolutely.
makes it better.
Now we know.
All right, you might want to stand back. We're going to the fun part here.
That's right.
We add quite a bit of brandy because we like the sweetness to it. We're not going to lie.
That's like my cocktails. You pour very nicely. I like that.
Thank you.
Get a little, burn it off a little bit.
Yeah,
There
burn
we
it
go.
off. And once you light it up, you want to continue to move it. You don't have to light it up, but it does help the evaporation process. But you want to keep it moving always.
And it cooks that down to get all the flavors of the brandy that really is in the base
Oh
of it.
yeah,
So.
absolutely. Pulls a lot of the barrel flavors forward. Just like bourbon, brandy has a lot of barrel flavors. Not as good as bourbon by any stretch of imagination. Some people would argue with me, but we're from Kentucky, so.
That is good. Oh,
Yeah, you
I
can
can
start
smell
smelling.
that. Just all the wonderful ingredients coming off. Oh, here we go. Here you
Now
go,
we
Kevin. Now we're talking.
Now, once your flames start to die down and you've reduced it, I'd say a little bit more than half of the way on the brandy, this is about the time you want to add your heavy cream. And whenever you start to reduce a heavy cream, you want to make sure you keep it moving. It's one thing they'll always teach you in French school. If you let heavy cream just sit in a pan on high heat, it's going to caramelize on the bottom or possibly scorch. You don't want that. You want to keep your cream nice and clear, and it stays a little sweeter that way.
Another great secret.
I know, we're full of secrets there.
Keep it moving, Kevin.
That's what people tell me. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Just stopping by.
All right, so we start adding the heavy cream, and you
That's
won't.
a good pour too, just like the brandy. I like the way you pour.
It's like Tim's brandy size bottle there too. You know, he's like, oh, look at this.
So now we got the whole grain mustard. We're gonna add it in there, and this is gonna be a lot of great flavor. You know what? I like mustard a lot, so I'm just gonna add the whole bad
I
boy
really
to
do.
it.
Dump it in there.
Yeah, I'll just go for the full 9 yards. So another thing is when you're doing a heavy cream reduction, try not to fill your pan more than a third of the way up because that cream is going to bubble up. And if you only fill it a third way up, it won't overflow over the top of it. Well, I'm hoping at least it doesn't.
Yeah,
So, but now we got that going. Now let's do the ramaki.
Okay.
So I always highly suggest gloves, but if you're home, just make sure you wash your hands really good. So we love local products, and we like to get local bacon.
We do too.
Absolutely.
We do too.
Everybody loves bacon, right? Thick cut, happy to go. So we have a really nice dry aged bacon here, and I prefer dry aged now after using it for so many years. It's got a nice saltiness to it.
Interesting. Dry aged. So.
You know, a lot of bacons are put into a liquid to cure. These are just packed in salt and sugar and just let it to sit for about 6 weeks.
Kind of a curing.
Yeah, and, yeah, absolutely. You know, a little bay, a little pignon. So we pack our apples on. Very simply. Grab your chicken livers.
Oh, and this is where the chicken liver comes in, right on top.
Yeah.
This is fascinating to me. I've never seen anything like this.
This is quite unique, Chef. We haven't seen this at all in kitchen studios.
You know, this was a very popular dish, I do believe, in the 60s for kind of making around the house for when you had cocktail parties. You know, I'm sure you know about cocktail parties.
Yeah, well, you hit that one on the head.
Plus, I don't remember a lot about the 60s. Secrets revealed.
So then we go ahead and we place just one single sage leaf in there. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to just take the bacon and wrap it around it all the way. And that's going to keep that liver nice and juicy. And then on top of it, you want to make sure you skewer at the end and go through the apple and the liver and the bacon again.
So everything all in one little roll.
Yeah, one nice little package. So now.
Beautiful. Wow.
Very simple, very elegant, you know. This is great. You can do them ahead of time. They still stay crispy for a long period of time. And then you can just put them out as an appetizer very easily. And they go just great with some mustard, you know. You don't have to make a crazy sauce to go with it, a little balsamic reduction, whatever you like. You know?
All right. I'll tell you, while we wrap those up, we're going to take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to finish the ramaki. The sauce is on the burner. We're coming back with Secrets of Louisville Chefs right after this. Welcome back. Secrets of Louisville Chefs. We've been learning the secrets from Alexander Dulaney from La Chasse, and here we are with some French and Spanish-inspired food. This has been a great show. We've learned a tremendous amount of secrets.
A lot of secrets revealed that Chef Dulaney taught us about, and now I can't wait because we're going to finish up the ramaki, kind of a Polynesian dish, right?
Absolutely.
Originally. The water chestnut has been replaced with a nice Granny Smith apple there to give it that crunch, and you've got the chicken liver wrapped in that cured bacon.
Great.
Oh, absolutely.
Dry aged.
Dry aged.
We've wrapped them up in the commercial break. Folks at home didn't miss anything because we were just working on what is in the pan here, which is the sauce. And
Oh, yeah, the
ready to
whole
roll.
grain brandy mustard. All right, let's get dropping these ramaki in. Now,
so these just get fried?
yep, just
350?
350. You can go a little higher if you need to. I think I'm a little higher right now.
There we go.
So you want to just give them a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah.
They don't take very long. That's the nice thing about them. They're quick and easy.
You look for them just to have that nice brown texture on the outside, all crisped up.
Absolutely. You want to just start to see the apple to caramelize a little bit, and you want to hope that the liver is just pink on the inside. So
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to overcook a chicken liver, then it gets dry, and nobody enjoys that.
Nobody likes that.
So it usually takes about a minute.
In the meantime, you're finishing up your cream sauce here. Cream, butter, shallots,
Absolutely.
mustard. That
The grain mustard.
And again, the French do mustard so well.
Oh, yeah, anything. And
my gosh.
apples and mustard go hand in hand, a little
Nice little
sage against
combination.
it. Yeah, all the flavors pair very, very well. And this can be drank with a white wine to a red wine. You can go Pinot Noir or you can go Chardonnay. So the sauce is almost there. We got about just a minute left on that sauce.
And what are you looking for on that? Just the thickness of it?
Yeah, the thickness. I've been doing it so long, I kind of can tell by the how it comes together, where the bubbles are. But generally, the best way to check is just take it back to the spoon, pop it in, pull it back, and if you can pull a good line off of it, it's usually about ready to go. So,
Did you see that, Kevin?
Did you all see that? They always use their hands, or they're like, well, we'll see if the oil's hot enough.
That's the old chef hands there. It's trouble.
Molten cream. Here, let me just, here we go.
So,
God, I mean, that's just a decadent, beautiful, wonderful sauce.
That's
Look
a lot
at that.
of flavor right there.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
kidding? Oh, I could just drink that.
oh, absolutely.
That could be a meal in itself.
Right.
It looks so good. And by the way, that base could be used for a lot of different things, right? I mean, even if you do a pork dish or something else, anything. Chicken, pork.
Oh yeah, chicken it would absolutely match up wonderfully with. So now you've let your maki sit for a second.
Look how beautiful those look.
And then you're just gonna
gosh.
plate it up. Generally what I'll do is I'll push it down real good and so the spear comes up to the top so people have a little something to hold on to so we don't have to mess up our hands.
Or worry about silverware.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna be
So
gone.
We're just gonna finish with a little bit of fresh herbs. This is a poultry seasoning, just rosemary, thyme, parsley, and sage, like the old song. And then finish with a little bit of fresh herbs to just kind of give it a little bit of a natural look about things.
That looks absolutely gorgeous. Wow.
How about
I'll
that?
tell you what. Awesome job, man.
I'll tell you what.
That's unbelievable. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
I'll tell you what. Everyone, you got to go down to La Chasse. You got to see Chef.
Thanks.
He's incredible. Of course, Isaac behind the bar. And
Yeah.
he's a big part of that organization. It does a
Absolutely.
great job. So it's just a wonderful place.
Oh, thank
We're
you.
so happy you're here. Stay with us. Don't leave us.
No,
All
not
right.
anytime soon.
That's another thing. Well,
That is perfect. We want to say thanks to Alexander Dulaney. Make it down to La Chasse if you have the chance. You find the recipes on our website, newlocaltv.com. We want to thank our audience for being here today.
what a great audience. Wow.
They made their way here courtesy of Mint Julep Tours, and so can you by visiting them on the website. For Tim Laird, I'm Kevin Harnett, and on behalf of all of us at B&B Productions, we'll see you right back here next time on Secrets of Louisville Chefs.
You are awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Great job. All right. Well,